Welcome, my love light lifers. Natty T here, your vibrational coach, and today we're starting one of two videos on signs, also known as synchronicities. This is not the same as symbols, okay? We're going to do symbols after this. We've talked about some specific types of symbols, but now I want to talk about synchronicities, because synchronicities or signs are not just limited to symbols. So you got a love heart symbol. That's a symbol, and we know what it means. A number is a symbol. And so these are specific symbols that we see, that we can pinpoint, that we recognize, that we can say that means something. Okay? A synchronicity is something different because it involves things like timing and interpretation. Okay? Synchronicities might just be for you. In other words, when we're talking synchronicities, we may not just be talking about what we're seeing, but when we see it and what it means specifically to us. What I mean is that if you're driving along and for some reason you look up and you see a billboard and it says something specific, and you feel like that billboard is speaking directly to me because I have this issue. And it might even just say something as general as everything's going to be okay. But when you see it, it's not just a sign that says you're going to be okay. Yeah, right, like I've never heard that before, as if it means anything coming from a sign, a billboard. Yeah, I'm going to listen to that. Well, no, probably not. However, sometimes if you're the kind of person who does tap into synchronicities, it'll just mean something to you. And it may be that it sounds weird that I'm talking about a billboard, but sometimes I bet you do it. I bet you do it. At least once in your life, more, I guarantee you more. You've done it. Where you couldn't get the something in the something and you like the cotton through the needle of the hole, and you just went, this is a sign that I shouldn't be doing this right now. We've all done it. At some point we've taken something that's going right or something that's going wrong as a sign. And so these are synchronicities. The fact that this dropped into my lap right now, it's a sign. Ordinarily, I never come across this, you know? You're sitting there and you're thinking about, should I leave my job? And then all of a sudden you see a bird fly by and you're like, look how free that bird is. I want to be free. This is a sign. I should leave my job, you know? And it's crazy to anyone else. I've heard other people's synchronicities and thought, you're stark raving mad. And then I had to rein myself back in and went, no, it means something to them because it's their synchronicity. It means something to them because it is relevant to their journey. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a sign, not a symbol, a sign or a synchronicity. Okay? So basically, again, this is something that's very, very general. But how does it happen? Because it's one thing for me to sit here and go, this is what it is to have a synchronicity. And you probably heard the word synchronicity and you're like, they sound fun, I'd like one of those. What are they? Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But the point being, why on earth would anybody listen to their synchronicities? How could it possibly be that a synchronicity is somehow telling us something? Well, the reason why it's telling us something is because we live in this law of attraction based universe where we are attracted to things that are a vibrational match to us. And when we were talking about our dreams and our numbers, we were also talking about these symbols. And of course, we recognize these specific symbols, but we also recognize patterns. And this is where synchronicities or signs come in, because they involve patterns, not just a symbol, a pattern. In other words, when we see not just a 3, if I see a 3 somewhere, I'm not excited. If I see 33, sometimes I might get excited. If I see 333, I start to get really excited. If I see 3,333, I'm like, whoa, did you see that? And then if 5s and 6s and 7 3s all at once, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm really in a frequency. Okay, that was a bit dumb. But what I'm saying to you is that to get our attention, we start to resonate with specific things and specific actions and timings. In other words, when I was talking to you guys about dreams, we were talking about how if the sea is turbulent, you know, a vast sea, and it's turbulent, then there's big emotions and they are negative and turbulent and they throw you around a lot. It's the same sort of thing. It might be just, I'm feeling stuck in my life. I feel like I'm going nowhere, you know. Before that, you'll get this. Why do I get every red light? Every red light, every time. It may not be that, but that's a synchronicity. Every time I come down this road, I get every red light. Well, here's an idea. Think about where you are mentally when you come down that road. Does that road lead to or come from work? Where does it go? How far away from that particular thing are you? Are you used to getting red lights on that particular road for a specific reason? Because once you notice you're getting red lights on that particular road, you'll just attract some more red lights. But sometimes your mind will be drawn to ask yourself, why this road? And that's the difference between just a manifestation. Yeah, I'm just attracting red lights on this particular road because I just noticed that, which isn't going to affect your big old life path. It's not. But you will have red lights every time you're going down that road. But if it's a sign of something bigger going on with you, you'll just feel like this means something. When you're tapped in that way, you'll just go, Sometimes it's really obvious. Sometimes you have to stop and think about it. And I suggest that you do, because if you click on to whatever it's trying to tell you, it's a very personalized, guided message for your life. And considering how much we as humans complain that this life comes without any kind of directions or instruction booklet, you know, it doesn't matter how crazy that instruction booklet is. If you get your hands on it, use it. If it helps, use it. If it doesn't, then don't worry about it. If it's not your thing, don't worry about it. So this is what I'm talking about. This is a synchronicity or a sign. We're going to talk about in the next video what to do with them.